Hello and welcome to the Sm4sh Scotland show. This week,
Episode 3.
episode 3. I can't. One day I'll get the full intro.
You know what? You said
we're
hell.
fine.
You said hell to start off with. Hell, welcome to the. I think you should do that again.
No, this is fine. We'll roll with it. We're not. And Anders not here this week because he's away. But we wanted to record an episode before I went away, so we didn't miss the deadline. So this week, my co-host is going to be Matt.
Hi. And me, myself, Yackabean.
Jack's the guest today because he won. We just set it up so whoever won big yesterday, they got on the show. So I
What
guess
if it was like Moke?
I would have been fantastic. I just kidnapped him.
Oh.
No, that wouldn't have worked. Anyway,
You just had to follow him home.
what the hell?
with like your
where
mics
is
and that.
this?
I need an interview.
just me and Matt just sneak up to him with a microphone. And say, hey, do you want to do an interview?
Just records some things he says and then splice them together to create.
I think
Hello,
I did. Great.
I am Moke. How's everyone doing today?
Alright.
I'm great. Not so tired as I was yesterday. So, especially with finishing work, silly time. Now that I'm here and I've rested, I'm good.
Is
All
this...
ready for the tournament yesterday.
Time to travel back and play better.
Be prepared.
I mean, you can't really improve much from first.
I mean, honestly, I was quite happy with how I played last night anyway, so...
So, how was your bracket? Like, who did you... I get you had to play most people. You didn't have to play Ander in bracket. You had to double eliminate DG. Did you get to play Moke?
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
Moke and winners, like the first winners match. There's like 2 winners matches I had to get the grands.
What was,
top
your,
eight.
what was your winners round once you made it out of bracket? We'll get to
It was Moke.
Pools, you mean?
Yeah, it was Moke into...
Into DG.
Wait, it was just Moke, DG...
And then DG again in grands.
Oh, wow, I thought you had to play way more than that. Okay, there you go.
I thought I would have had to too, but it was because it was top 12, but then... Like, it was weird how they did it with, like, the whole, like, more losers and stuff. They should have just made it, like, top.
I mean, that's what they do for a lot of top 64s and stuff. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, then. So, first thing first, how did your pool go?
Pool was, like... I kept thinking for some reason I dropped a game somewhere, but I didn't drop a game in pools at all. My first set was with, oh, goodness, who was it again? It was...
Young Muri?
No,
Abby?
Muri was second.
Was it Flam Jam?
No, I didn't have Lamb Jam in my pool.
We were all in the same pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, of course we were.
Yeah, we were. Kin, I don't know, Kin got, like, he came up and he got added, like, last second, so we had to switch someone around, so I didn't have to face Kin, like, round 1. It was nearly going to be you two, but,
That would have been easy. You know
Aha.
what you're talking about.
What?
I can't generally remember who my first round was. Oh, it was Fabiani, I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Pond.
To pawn. I played as Rob, and like first game was like, all right. Second game, pretty much like it was free. Like for me at least, I knew what I was doing. I played the Rob matchup since Brawl a lot, so yeah, that was all right. Then I had Muri. My first game was really shaky. Of course, I'm not too always keen on the villager matchup. He said he missed like an input or some like one of my ledge get-ups. But even then when I was watching the VOD earlier today, I was like, it wasn't going to hit anyway. And of course, hit him with the bomb, just like hit him with cross-up F-smash. Like I got so many of them like the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So many people got hit by it, and I was surprised at it. It actually like somewhat carried me, I felt like. But it is that good. I couldn't believe like when I was performing it, like people were that scared of the threat of forward air, even though it's not going to kill. But forward smash kills way sooner. Then my third set was with, I think it was Stranger. Yeah, and then that was to get out, I'm pretty sure, into bracket.
Yeah, into winner's side.
So played Stranger, and like I don't know what to think about going into it. I didn't exactly know who he played, but he played Cloud, and going into it, I like playing Cloud on Battlefield personally because of like I like having the ability to like circle camp in that, but I don't do it as much as often as I probably can because Cloud of course moves really quickly, and that's what Stranger really did a lot of. One thing that I picked up when I was down in Albion though, playing Clouds, is the one move that I feel like really just kind of cripples me is Toon Link, is dash attack. And like straight off the bat, he was hitting me with like 3 dash attacks in like mid zone, and I was like, he knows what he's doing. Like,
Yeah.
he's not letting me pull bombs out in this zone. I can't be doing that, so I have to like perfect pivot and like into shield and bait stuff. So I had to play a lot more bait and punish against him because he was actually playing the matchup a lot more correctly than I believe most other Clouds that I play do play it. Like as I say, I really don't agree with the whole concept of limit camping Toon Link, because like there's no reward he really gets for it apart from movement. But at the same time, I can just keep like throwing stuff at him to make him move.
Wait, so you're not worried about Cloud just charging limit at you?
It low percents in that it doesn't phase me. Like Ander does it a lot as well. Like when I'm playing on Smashville, like I don't like playing Smashville Cloud because he's more easier to like get limit on it with being on a moving platform and like way out on the sides of the stage. But on Battlefield, it doesn't phase me at all because like I feel like Cloud needs to be closing the gap and like actually playing aggressively to actually get rewarded in the match effectively. When playing defensive, however, Toonlink's got what he wants. That's comfortable for him. He doesn't want people in his face in the first place. So if they're just limit camping, it's completely fine.
Okay. So after Stranger SA, you had to go into bracket and you played Moke. How did that go?
So similar situation. Like I knew who Moke was going to be playing because like obviously he's quite a known player in North England. It's North England he's from, correctly. Yeah. And so I don't have the most Greninja experience, but I had a fair idea of what I wanted to do when going into the matchup. I watched, like, I didn't have a lot of time to really study for this tournament, but I know I wanted to like at least study Moke because like I have no idea how he played, so I picked up on a couple of things that he really likes to do and I tried to apply that into the set. But when I started playing him, I began to realize like he doesn't play against Toonlink like he does against most other people, because I watched him play against Ethan and it was just exactly as how I've seen him play against most other people. When he's playing against Toonlink, however, though, he actually plays a lot more grounded and a lot more cleverly around it all. I don't think there was like much use of Water Shuriken, which was what I was kind of mostly worried about, so that was fine. But the things that I really noticed about him was like in mid zone he really likes to short hop with like forwarders and that, and it's just like if he's doing that, I can just have a bomb and shield or like have a bomb just to threaten him to not be in that zone and whatsoever and force him to do stuff. It's just kind of the thing that really makes my character shine. It's just having a bomb in hand.
Then you had to play DG the first time. This was right off of his fantastic set with Ender.
I was actually kind of worried about it first because like, I heard everyone was like bigging up DG this whole event, like, oh, DG's been on the grind. And I sit down and start playing and I was like, okay, just play it how like, you usually would. Just take everything you've learned from Albion, try and apply it, see how it goes. And it wasn't that bad at all. Like some games were close, some games like I had a dominant lead. The first set, I 3-0'd him in winners finals. It was not like a concern whatsoever for me. And after I won winners finals, it was kind of like, I think I've got this in the bag pretty much. Like I wasn't too worried about fighting Ander, despite Cloud being an issue. But like the one thing like I mentioned over the weekend was my record against Cloud is surprisingly really good for me, how much I obviously like complain and hate the character.
Didn't you say you've never lost a tournament set to a Cloud?
I've not lost a tournament set to a Cloud.
That's actually really
Well, there you go.
I gotta say that's actually really impressive because I know down in Albion you beat Wills.
I beat Wills, yeah.
And down at DBZ 17, was it? You beat Silent Doom when he was playing?
Yeah,
Cloud?
I beat Doom as well.
I remember watching that. I remember what happened immediately after that set. In the grand final set.
We don't talk about that.
We talked about the grand final set where you played meme characters.
We don't talk about my secondaries anymore. The secondaries are practically gone from tournament play.
Secondaries nearly lost to Matt in this bracket we ran today.
I pretty much dropped. I've dropped Pit at this point. Like when I was at Albion, like we discussed it between me and Killer Jaws, Pidgey, and S1. It was just like I was playing Pit, and KJ just asked like, "What did this character actually cover for you?" And I was like, "You know what? He doesn't cover anything. He's actually just too average."
Yeah.
And he forces me to play even better. It's like I can't play any better with Pit. It's so. I don't want to use the word honest because obviously people don't like to call Pit honest because of that broken as heck dash attack. But
I hate the word honest.
The word that we discussed that we really hated Albion was potential. That word needs to actually leave. This character has potential.
Shulk, man. You have no idea.
The Shulks like to bring up that word quite a lot.
Yeah. And talking about Big Battlefield, though, you're obviously not the only person in top 12.
Oh,
Mr. Pilot.
Mr. Pilot over here.
The run of my life.
Actually, first of all, do we want to go over what the top 12 placings actually were?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So in first place we had Jack, obviously. Second place DG. Third place was Ander.
Swaggins
Fourth was Swaggins. Fifth was Moke and Slump.
Yep.
Seventh would have been Austin.
And
And Stranger.
And ninth was me, Muppets,
Hattie, and someone else.
It was someone else really
Muppet?
weird.
Oh, you said
No, I
Muppet,
just
yeah.
said Muppet. I was like, me, Hattie, Muppet.
Mystic Eyes.
Mystic Eyes, that was it, yeah. Shout outs to Mystic Eyes, by the way. He's came up from England. And so he did really
Stranger
well.
as well.
Yeah, Stranger and Moke and Mystic Eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know if well, there was Fabio from Spain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good to have like at least competition from at least down south again, because like every time they have come up, it's like it's been up to me to kind of defend it, and I haven't had the best record in Scotland for defending us recently. So it was nice to kind of like just get that back, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Swaggins did an excellent job of defending as well later on.
Swaggins versus Moat was my set of a long goddamn time.
I had a
was
panic
so
attack when I saw that second side B.
Oh, I know.
It's as the longer the set goes on, the longer Swaggins wants to really run past
Yeah.
side B.
I was just watching it, and then like DG sitting next to me, and we're just talking, and I just go to DG right next to him, and I saw the first. I didn't even see the first side B. I went. So Milks and kill percent is like, I don't want to see Swaggins pull out that bloody raptor boost, and I see it come out and he doesn't get punished for it like kill wise. It's like, right, okay, if I see that one more time, he's dying. He does it again. Moke shields it and forward smashes him, and I just like slowly tilt my head to DG, and I just go, I hate him.
So the anticlimactic ending with the down tilt as well. Captain Falcon down tilt, just goodbye.
But and everyone like jumped out pretty much.
Swaggins' pop off was so satisfying. He was so happy when he beat Moke. He did the little jump up on the stage. It was lovely.
Yeah, I recommend everyone go watch that set as soon as it's uploaded.
That set was a proper legendary set. I was everyone was on the edge of their seats that entire time. It was wonderful. Yeah, Swaggins played amazing. Yeah, this whole thing, like fourth place is nothing to laugh at. And
when I heard that he dropped Donkey Kong, I was like, I don't know if I had like much faith in him to pull it that far with Donkey Kong, without Donkey Kong, sorry. And when I like saw that he was like beating like some decent names with like his Falcon, I was like, okay, I kind of expected like some of these people he would beat, but then he beat Smoke, and I'm like, yeah, his Falcon must be actually like putting in the work, and I was a little bit shocked to see it, but I'm really glad that it worked out for him in the end, because of course it's really hard to drop your main character and then move on to another character, and of course try and keep consistent with that character in the next tournament and all. So it was really good, and I'm really proud of him for managing to do that and proving me wrong.
Well, anyway, back to what we were talking about before.
Pilot.
Our golden boy here.
I had the best run of my life, I want to say.
In Smash 4.
In Smash 4, yeah. It was the double whammy of looking back on it, a pretty easy bracket combined, or a bracket, the dream bracket for me, not necessarily
the ideal bracket.
I would have rather. I'm glad that I played, because in my pool, Pon was in my pool as well, and I do not think I would have beat him if I played him. I had to play. I was playing really well the entire day. I played Brown round 1, which was just this Bowser player that I'd never seen before. Beat him, lost to Stranger in a really close 2-0. You know what I mean? It was one of those sets. It was game 2. It was like the last stock game, but he'd opened it with a cross slash at 40 at the ledge. I'm like, all right, that gets to happen. Then in losers bracket, I had to play. Teardrop, Soulburn. Then I feel like there was someone else, but I think it's Young Muri. I want to talk about that set in a minute. Then into Comical Lou. Yeah,
which you would probably also like to talk about.
If I keep talking about Comical Lou, everyone's gonna shut me down.
I'm gonna explode.
My set versus Lewis was on stream. I'm completely biased. I think everybody should watch that set. It's such a fun set.
I watched it when you were upstairs like earlier on, but like what I took from it was there's things I've told Lou a lot about,
Yeah.
And Kin, I was speaking to Kin about, because as I said, Kin came up to the event. It was really good to see him and all, but I was like, I've told him to do these certain things with Sonic, run off stage with back air, and I was doing it constantly the same way, and we're talking about stuff like this cross-up spin dash is and then I remember specifically speaking to Lou, when you're playing Peach, if you've not thought about just running up with a short hop up air because it's really disjointed, and he's like, no, I haven't thought about it, but I'm pretty sure when he went into the set he didn't try it.
No, he didn't.
He played Ness.
Yeah, and he played Ness, exactly.
So the reason he played Ness, the day before he came around to because we'd had a long-standing thing where we was going to go get pizza, right? It's been a couple of months at this point. So he showed up, and we played some friendlies before we left, and We played about Sonic Peach for 20 minutes. Well, not that long, but we played a bunch of games of Sonic Peach, and I won absolutely all of them. He then switched to Lucas, and I beat his Lucas every time. Then he switched to Ness and won every game with Ness. We played like 5-10 games as in Ness Peach, and he destroyed me every single one of them. And so we sit down for the bracket. We're on the stream, and he's like, "I'll wait. Want a double blind?" I'm like, "I know you're gonna play Ness. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna lock in Peach either way." So I play Peach. Game 1, I just crushed him. Game 1, like proper 2-stocked him. I just Tipper up smashed him at like 60, and he drifted into it. I'm like, yeah. Like the cheekiest little grin on my face in the
When I was watching it, the thing I took from it was like he was doing his like usual like nests like he likes trades and all, but it was like even a moment where he shot up air dodge and like you landed or something and he baited it with like an up air and killed. But the things that I noticed that he mostly struggled with in that match was specifically like when Peach is floating, he just had no answer for it.
No one really does.
But even in like the zones where he was challenging you, if I can like describe it on the podcast to somehow like
an audio zone.
An audio zone. Well, imagine like I'm on the right side of the stereo, but you can also hear me. Shut up. Actually, this is not going to be a good example. But anyway, moving swiftly along. Like they're really close to each other, and I'm thinking like Ness's dash attack's really good for interrupting and all that, but he just was not doing it. He was coming in like just expecting too much.
For grabs.
He's playing really safe, and then there were some moments where he was just pressing 6 million buttons. It was like, this is it was tragic. But you manipulate, like when I watched it, I was like, Pilot really did do well in manipulating him like a lot.
I felt really good in that set because I got to do what I wanted to do. You know, I was finally playing my character properly and like baiting him with these floats and then getting I got really greedy towards the end. I'm gonna Randy Reed with an up smash, but it had no logic behind it. And then I think I lost game 2 off of that. Some dumb decisions. Game 3 was super close, and I got a Randy F smash and killed him. And then, I want to talk about the Young Yuri set though I played before it, because I was actually more scared of Young Yuri than I was of Lewis, because I know Kyle's been putting in loads of work, and he actually. It sucks that his placing was quite bad because he was playing amazing on the day. You know what I mean? And I did not deserve my win over Kyle. Because game 1, he destroyed me. Like 2-stock, like under 100, crushed me. Game 2 was close, but he was at like 60, I'm at 100 something. I'm off stage. He jumps to like edge guard me, and I stage spike him with my up B.
Yeah, no, it's because you'd fallen too far to recover.
Yeah, so I was already dead. All he had to do was not exactly what he did, and he would have won.
Yeah.
And then he just jumped off stage, got untechable. Because Peach's up B at that position is untechable because it's multi-hit.
Yeah.
So he just died, and I was like, all right, I guess we're going game 3. And you could tell he was shook on game 3 because it's like, oh damn, I should have had that.
Yeah.
And he won he lost the mental game at that point, but he was playing better than me, to be frank. Like, I just got really lucky and I ran with it. I was playing amazing in the Lewis set, to be fair. I'm really happy with that.
Riding that high, to be honest.
Yeah, at that point I was in a great mood. I just beat Solburn, just beat Kyle. I'll sit down, I'll play Lewis, I got this. And I did great. And then in top 12, I played Swaggins immediately and just crushed me. The sets online, I don't know if you saw the VOD.
I watched it.
He crushed me. Double 2-stock.
You had it looked like you had no idea what you were doing when I was watching it.
Absolutely stumped.
Yeah. But one thing I noticed when I did watch that, you did not float in that match.
Yeah.
Like ever. I was like, you're not floating and you're letting him just challenge you with grabs and stuff.
I'm a few hours after because we were the first wave of pools. So I had to wait after that until we started top 12. I'd warmed down a lot, and I didn't get any friendlies in between because I was helping run the stream and all of that jazz. So I mean, this isn't to John. It's I wouldn't have got double 2-stocks. I might have taken a stock in the set if I got that. But Callum broke me. It made me sit back and think, right, I need to put some real.
You just started to realize like the level of like when you came out of pools, you had close games with everyone. And then you came into the big boys league. Exactly.
That was I out of the kiddie pool and just got
There are no lifeguards here.
It made me realize I have a lot of work to do. I'm really happy because looking at all the other people that made it out was like a third. I want to say like a third seed. The levels. I think I'm probably the worst out of them. Like. Muppet would definitely beat me if we played. I think Hattie's could go either way.
I think Hattie was. Oh, speaking of Hattie, like I think he played absolutely phenomenal.
I heard. I didn't see any of his games, but I heard.
Well,
I
the
saw
game.
it.
Did you see the game with Sean?
Oh no, I didn't catch that.
So basically, what happened when he was playing against Sean AT? It goes to game 3, and like he like switches to another color or something. I'm like, oh, Hattie means business here, and he just like the start of game 3. It's on Town and City. Starts off kind of like even for like 2 seconds. Next minute, he gets like this nair up air, resets onto the left platform. Another double up air, up B combos him, dies at like 60 maybe or even less off the top. And I'm just like, that was incredible. Sean is tilted now, and yeah, Sean did okay. He nearly brought it back a little bit. He was doing well in that regards, but Hattie actually just stomped him in game 3.
And though the interesting thing is, Hattie was sent to losers by Parable Greg. I'm not sure what the score was. I just saw the end of that set, and Hattie looked very tilted. He was not happy about losing to Up Smash Boy. And I feel like if he had run into Greg again in losers, he might not have played his best, because he might have just gotten tilted before he even played. But luckily, Greg not making it past Sean and able to make it into bracket, almost beating Slump as well.
I heard they had a really close.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2-1. Last hit, I believe, for game 3.
Jesus.
Just able to close.
I don't think that
one.
one was on stream.
I don't think so either.
No.
So many games got lost to the E for this tournament.
Speaking of Ether,
Speaking of Ether, shout outs to Pan.
shout-outs to Tom.
Tom.
In terms of like your predictions, how did it go for you guys then?
I didn't predict myself to make it past round 1 of pools. It was funny because I sat down. I was gonna play Solburn after going 1-1 at that point. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna beat Solburn. He's gonna roly-pole me, and I'm gonna get Robbins, and I'm gonna cry a little bit. And I was honestly thinking I was gonna lose that. So, other predictions. I knew Swaggins was gonna do well. I predicted that like
Yeah.
We
easily.
always know
I think that was my one prediction I was very wrong on, was just Swaggins. I expected him to get to top 12, but I didn't expect him to get far with it with his Falcon. But in terms of like all of my predictions, like I hate going into tournaments and people ask me like, are you gonna win, Jack? And I'm like, no. But like this time I was just like, yeah, I think I'll win it. It's just because like all of the past experience I had the past like couple of weeks, it's like, yeah, I think I've solidly got this. The only struggle I probably was gonna have is Moke or something, because like I've never played him before. But after I beat Moke, I was like, I think I've got this in the bag. It's all good. So predictions after that, I actually did think DG was gonna hit second, but
I was going to talk about this. I was super surprised to see DG.
yeah.
So the way the set ran, for the people that haven't watched it yet, because spoilers have already been.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Watch that set. It's a good one.
But what happened was, Ander convincingly took game 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I wanna say game 2 was a 2-stock, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
It was not even close.
And then DG color counterpicked to Red Cheek.
Red Cheek, which I was told by Callum was a thing between DG, Riaz, and Oast, is like when he really, really wants to win.
I heard about this, and he was talking to us and saying, that is a secret between us three, you know. It means a lot, and it's a big secret. I was like, so what's it stand for? It's my favorite color.
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah. So he switched to Red Cheek and made an example of Ander, to be honest.
Yeah, his edge guards were clean, and he just...
I mentioned to DG before I went, so you've been watching Void recently? He goes, yeah. He's like, have you thought about just bouncing fishing every time he's going to just up B and try and snap ledge? He's like, yeah, but it's risky. He's like, just do it. And he gets like 2 kills with it, and I was like, got it.
Oh, God. So I was furious because behind me, when we were watching the thing, during the set, behind me, when DG is, there was a point where Anders at like 100 and something, and DG's just standing there needling him. And the single needles, and there's nothing he can do because, you know, the neutral control. Mm-hmm. And then as that happens, Jack behind me says, I think Cloud's too strong. And he's like, what are you doing?
The thing that so actually I don't know if I want to spoil that part of the set.
No,
Well, we've already said spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay. Well, in that case, so it hit. I think it was game 3 it happened, but DG looked like he was pretty much going to lose that match. Cloud, Anders short hops. I think DG like tripped on platform, like he went into pratfall pretty much, like he didn't tech or whatever. Cloud has limit. You know what's going to happen. Cross slash. Bye bye Sheik. All that stuff. However, Ander did not jump high enough, And
Yeah,
so
the first 2 hits of the cross.
and then Sheik fell out of it, and Ander just got.
That was the point he lost the set.
Yeah.
He
That
fell
was
out the
it.
cross slash. He's like, yep. Because afterwards, I went up to Ander. You know, I gave him some time to chill and go to him. And I was like, man, that cross slash was. Oh no. He's like,
And
what
I
cross
said-
slash you talking about? He's like, the one he fell out and he goes. He was fuming.
The thing I said about that, like I was just sitting there, I was like, I've never seen a cloud get robbed so hard in my life, but it was kind of satisfying. And then you're just
You think they deserve to get robbed every now and again.
Oh no. I'm the cloud defender on the podcast.
Hey, listen, they're not taking anything away from Cloud players.
Yeah. One thing I loved about this tournament was the pop-offs, though.
oh yeah,
Like, DG's pop-off was also the cutest thing. Because he beats Ander and does this little skip with the biggest smile on his face. I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
DG's got
job,
good pop-offs, man. He's
I was super happy to see him do well. Like,
Swaggins
I love
was a
Ander.
beautiful pop-off though.
oh, Swaggin's
You have to talk about that one.
set of the goddamn tournament was
Again,
Swaggin's
we've
versus-
been
We've already been over this, so I was just like...
But like, well, the pop-off was just like.
I'm so mad because it wasn't caught on camera.
No.
There's no video evidence of Swaggin's amazing pop-off.
Yeah, that could actually be my fault because I could have switched it to show like the player cam,
Oh no.
but I didn't.
That's to be fair, bit more to be asked for the commentator, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much all of the major things to talk about for the top.
for
12?
top 12 of Big Battlefield. Obviously there was doubles as well.
Oh yeah.
A Stranger essay and Moke taking it over Anders Slump and
Went to game 5 too.
yeah.
It was like first set of grands.
Yep. DG and Tabiki got 3rd, I believe. And after that, I think it was Swaggins and Austin in 4th place.
Yeah. That was a pretty stacked doubles event, I've got to say.
Yeah.
It was
There were
very-
some strong teams there for sure.
I still feel robbed in our doubles set.
Oh.
Because, Matt and I were playing doubles. We had Comical Louvre and Pon,
Yeah.
and the 1v1 game 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it ended up being a 1v1 between me and Pon, and I just couldn't beat the projectiles. I couldn't do it. And then game 2 was just, we SD'd a lot in that set, didn't we?
We did.
It was pretty sad. We got the combo though.
Yeah, we
got
got the
the down
combo.
throw up smash, so that's all that we needed. Yeah. Oh, also, before we get on to the next thing, I want to give a huge shout out to Crockett's.
Oh, for helping run the stream and everything.
He
Yeah, absolutely.
pretty much did everything. Like, if I had to, about half the time, I wasn't even at the stream. I was prepping for other things or talking to people. I had to play a lot of games.
Being in top 12.
Oh, just the high life, the big boys. Crockett's did the whole thing without saying anything. He was just like, yeah, I'll go up this. Just so much help,
Yeah, well done, man.
honestly.
Team
thank you.
Thistle.
Team Thistle, the Team Thistle PD crossover right now. Yeah, no, it was. He made it so much. At least from my perspective, he made the event so much more for me because I got to focus on being a player for once, which was really nice.
Got to say though, I do believe like that was probably the best ran Battlefield that we've had, like in terms of big battlefields, or as this one was called big.
Battles in
Big
Glasgow.
battles in Glasgow.
Yeah, Gimbal did a great job.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he just handled everything smoothly.
Yeah, it was-
Things went behind schedule again, but like
Yeah,
it
but-
still went really
Yeah,
well.
and finished.
Yeah,
on
it finished on time.
so-
Yeah, like I don't know how he finished on time given the context of what was going on in the tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was amazing job by Gimbal.
Your raffles are still rigged though.
Hey, man, I got a shirt. I can't
yeah.
complain.
For the people that don't know, we all got a wristband. This was our entry wristband, but it all had a number on it. We had a raffle for every number, and there was a point where the number on either side of Jack's number was called
You know what
next
happened
to
as
each
well?
other.
And then the second number's like next to
Oh
it.
my god!
I got sandwiched by numbers.
You got sandwiched by raffle victors, and you got nothing.
It happens
So-
every time. I was like, I said it before I even started to Ethan. I went, I'm not going to win this.
I remember when I was down in Origin for the tournament there, we had a raffle. There was like 100+ people in that venue, and 5 people won a prize. Like 5, there was like 10 prizes. 5 unique people won them. I housed everyone that won a prize except Mint. It was fantastic. It was so. Oh no. Anyway,
So what else are we going to?
we've
talk
mostly talked for big. We've mostly just talked about our pool because we were all in the same
Yeah.
pool. I know DG and Swaggins were in the same pool, and that's
Yeah.
why Swaggins came out.
Yeah, I
losers
watched that
side.
set. And
Yeah, though DG kind of dominated Swaggins.
the one thing when I watched it is like Swaggins like got kind of unlucky in some scenarios, but when he wasn't unlucky, it was just DG dominating him.
Was that on stream? Was that?
Yeah.
on
Oh
It's
yeah,
stream?
it was recorded.
It's on
That's-
second
I,
vision,
I haven't looked back at that yet, and I'm definitely going to do that. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So on to the next topic outside of Big is Dreamhack's going on right now.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
I
I'm
can
keeping
see-
up with the bracket here.
While we were recording this, it's actually Void's on winner's side grands, from what I know.
Really?
Yes, Void is on winner's side grounds, and Tweak and Salem are in losers finals.
So we've already everything.
Who beat
is
Nairo,
already
by the way?
confirmed.
Sorry.
Salem beat Nairo.
I thought Nairo beat Salem earlier.
No, Salem beat Nairo earlier.
Oh no, I'm thinking Nairo beat Larry. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Has this
Nairo seems to be having a lot of issues with Salem recently. Like when I watched his set with him recently, Salem like 3-0'd him straight. It was not like even. I've never seen Nairo get like just dominated so hard before.
Yeah, but before we get on to what's happening in top 8, we should probably talk about the rest of the bracket, some of the interesting upsets, and maybe some interesting placings for some top players.
Gonzalez.
Samsora beat Zero. Oh, that
Vanessa, where are you?
I was so happy. We were all watching the stream last night, and we watched Samsora versus Zero, and Zero got robbed. I'm not gonna pretend Zero did not get robbed.
I was
that set.
half asleep, and then all I hear is you jump
I
out of the
did start
sofa
screaming.
and scream at the top of your lungs, and I just get the biggest fright, and I'm like, oh my god, shut up.
I was so happy. I did. Did you see that like little picture of the Smash GG? Is a streak of players that like the top 5 on the PGR
yeah.
had to fight each other
Yeah,
in a row.
Zero eliminated MK Leo at 17th, I think. And then it was Ally versus Zero for 13th, and Zero beat him. And then it was Nairo versus Zero.
With the boss man.
100% Bowser versus Diddy. And Nairo took it 3-2 over Zero,
Yeah.
advancing on into top 8.
Congratulations to Nairo to being the one Bowser that can beat a Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
This is the first time Zero's ever lost to a Bowser or a Peach this tournament.
Well, there you go.
It's the first for everything.
So, yeah. What I think it's not fair on a lot of players because it's right immediately after Evo. A lot of them are going to be quite tired. You know, it's like
Well, yeah, obviously there
get
is that sort of saturation sort of thing, and that's a separate issue entirely. But people are here to
Yeah.
prove that they can play the game.
That's part.
If
we
you don't
have an
think you can
off-season.
perform,
Yeah,
then don't
we
go.
don't have an off season. To be honest, it's
I'm
going to
kinda
be
glad
like
there isn't.
if we don't have one, you have to stamina. Being able to play in multiple tournaments is part of the
it's part of the skill of
So-
doing it.
Not saying it's easy. Not
Oh,
saying any of us
absolutely
could do
not.
that. Like
I'm kind of glad like tournaments are just ran out throughout the whole year though. But like it would be nice to have a league like that's ran like a certain seasons and that. But,
as a primary spectator, because like we're all players, but we're not like at the top level. It's great for us because we get tournaments every weekend basically.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's horrible for the players, but again, it's part of the entertainment industry. I guess got to keep
Yeah,
it up.
it's all about them views.
It
I couldn't
really
imagine
is.
traveling
Oh,
everywhere, like having to play constantly every week at such top level. Like that's harsh.
And anyway, and now we've gone over a couple of the upsets. There were a couple more upsets.
Esam did a couple upsets.
Oh yeah, Isam beat DeBuzz, and he beat. No, he lost to Larry,
Yeah, that's
but he
right.
did beat DeBuzz 3-1 in quite a convincing fashion. Other than that, there were a lot of smaller upsets.
MVD versus. I
MVD.
think I'm thinking of Pills earlier, but K9 and like MVD. I remember watching a lot of that last
Yeah,
night.
MVD versus Void was really close, but
Yeah.
Void able to clutch it out, and now he's sitting in winner's side grand finals. And the top 8, we had Void, Larry Lur, Tweak, and Salem sitting in winner's side at the start of the day.
Was Ramen knocked out actually?
No, he was in loser. Well, he's knocked out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in loser side we had Anti, Mr. R, DeBuzz, and Nairo. And Void able to take it 3-0 over Larry Lur, Tweak taking it over Salem, Anti taking it over Mr. R, and Nairo taking it over DeBuzz. Void beating Tweak in winners finals, Salem beating Anti, Larry losing to Nairo in losers quarters, and Salem taking out Nairo for the chance to move on. And
Void
It's
hasn't
nuts.
won a major event yet, has he?
he has not.
So this will be interesting.
This will be interesting.
By the end of this podcast, we'll probably know the result.
Well, just there, Salem just taking it over Tweak, So now it's Salem versus Void in grand finals.
We could talk about Albion as well a little bit if you want.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's like you haven't really spoken much about it, obviously, since you've not been on the show.
Yeah, that's true.
So just quickly go over sort of your experience, I guess.
So for Albion, I was not actually expecting to play as well as I managed to, but so day one of Albion, I've been at the time I was trying out a lot of new things with Toon Link, specifically sword play and all that. I've come to slowly realize, after also being like spoken down to a lot by the young and helpful Killer Jaws, that this does not work. You are a zoner, Jack, and your sword is a stick. So I cut down on that and started trying to play a bit more grounded with my projectile game. And during day one, I wasn't doing that. I had to play against Uzbek, Uzbek, and I had no idea how to fight Ryu. I got practice with Red Slasher the night before, but they played completely differently, and I got slapped up by not Red Slasher. I did in friendlies. I got slapped up by Red Slasher a little bit, and then Uzbek. I can't say his name for the life of me. I'm very sorry. Beat me. My other game that was close was Adom. It was 2-1, and of course, if you know, like they talked about it on episode 1, there was a massive conflict with that whole pool. But yeah, I beat Adom 2-1. Was kind of expecting to beat him, but I knew it was going to be a hard match, despite even being Ganondorf. Moving on to day 2, though, I know everyone was struggling to figure out who I was playing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, none of my games are on stream, but I can go over it quickly. My first set was with Zyklon, who's a German Zero Suit player, and I lost both of my games purely because I banked like both of my final kills on up smashes. I just got punished by backers. Like both games ended the exact same way. Yeah. And he got up and he was just like, "I'll make sure to remember you. You played really well," and I was just like, "Yeah, but why did I do those up smashes?" So I went on to losers and just dropped that mentality of trying to bank things and just play really safe. You play a character you play annoying little crap. So just stick to that. And my first set was against a Bowser Jr. from North England, who...
No, he was... Was it not Grekmet? I think he's from Sweden.
No, it wasn't. No, I didn't have a Sweden player. Oh. It was a Bowser Jr. from like Wales or North England, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Constantly throwing at the Mecha Koopas, I just crouched in Highland, shielded it, and he didn't pressure me, so I won that set just purely by doing stuff like that. Being very gimmicky with my character. My next set was against Wills. And as I said constantly, I don't want to really lose to Wills because I know how much of a trash talker he can be. I'm sorry, Wills. But he had no idea what he was doing against me. But as referring back to earlier as well, like with my whole opinion on cloud limit camping doesn't work, he played like that. So my game 2 against him specifically was like really convincing as well. Like I ended his second stock, like just murdered it. And then my really interesting set started to come up, and I know you mentioned a lot about it. My set with Pefo, the Sonic from Spain.
Oh, that was so good. I loved watching that set.
I loved playing that set. So I remember when you actually brought up in episode 1 was like something changed in Jack's mind. I can now clarify on what that was.
Oh yeah.
So in the midst of game 1, after of course I'm getting slapped up the whole of game 1, it just hit me. I played Friends with Ixis before. What does Sonic like to do, and what am I always getting hit by right now? Cross up spin dash. How do you beat that? Oh yeah, sit and shield.
Just yep, we done it, guys.
And then I realised Pefo never grabs. He'll only dash grab, and Sonic's dash grab is very terrible. And then I spoke to like Ho4U about it as well, and Ho4U was like, "Yeah, he never grabs." So I convincingly like just brought it back in game 1, but very tragically, it didn't bring it back enough. I didn't win, but the next 2 games, like, slapped him. It was not even fun for him. And my next set was against...
Shido, was it?
Yeah, Shido from France. I don't know if he's, like, the best Mario main in France, but I'm going to guess...
Yeah, he's up there, at least.
He's definitely up there in France.
He's taken sets from Ixis before, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, was it Miller or Ixis he took one from? It was one of the two.
It was one of the two, but... that was also 2-1. I can't remember the games that well, but I remember game 3 so fondly. I'll never forget that one. So it's 2-2 on stocks. He's sitting at about a comfortable 60%, whilst I'm sitting at like 112. Let's just give rough percentages here. Well, basically, I was in rage. And we all know what a rage Toon Link loves. So Shido's sitting at the ledge of Smashville, I believe it was. Yeah, it was Smashville. And he's not sitting in shield, and I've already charged a whole F smash, and I'm thinking, this is a really stupid choice. You're just going to get killed for this. But then I realised something really small. He's not shielding. So he really wants to punish this. And I mean really. So I delayed the second hit for so long, and when that second hit came out, he'd already committed to dash. And he just got hit by a charged F smash at like 60 and died. As soon as that F smash hit, I saw Shiro jump out his chair, come off the spawn platform, and spam him up smash about 60 times. I was like, he's turned into full ally mode, sit on the platform, camp him, and I won. And I was at, like, the pop off was. That was probably my biggest pop off in my whole time of playing Smash, to be honest. I was really like, that whole losers run was like bad matchups. Not a single. I mean, Bowser Jr. was like okay, I guess, but every single matchup I had was a losing matchup. The Ramsey set, we've all talked about it. We all know what happened. I got tragically killed by my controller, not wanting to give me the pivot F smash and gave me a pivot F tilt instead. But yeah, game 4, like what I realized he started doing correctly was he didn't actually nair a lot, which surprised me because that move destroys me. He started tomahawking a lot more, and at that point I was like, now I have to like really guess these 50-50 scenarios where like, is he going to insta pin, is he going to grab, is he going to land him with nair? It gets really tricky when Korn starts doing that. So game 4 was, I believe it was kind of close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a close one.
But then like I up-B'd and missed the ledge or something, and I got like pinned for it and died at kind of like mid percentage nearly, and died. Game 5,
You got kind of bopped.
I got kind of slammed. And like it was funny because like after like game 2 I was like popping off a little bit. I was like, I got this, and he's like looking tilted. Then game 5 comes up and he's popping off, and now I'm getting tilted. And then game 5 passes and he's popping off really hard and like, yes. And then I was like, man, I hate Ramses. see Ramses at Meltdown. We started like an hour talk, and he's just the coolest person. Shout out to Ramses. Really, really nice bloke. It was really fun to get to play him. It's tragic I didn't get to play Ixis after it though.
Yeah.
Especially after my set with Peffel, it would have been fun to like see
Absolutely.
what I could have changed when coming into Ixis as well. But that was my Albion experience. Outside the tournament, lots of friends with S1, Oast, Pidgey, and I didn't actually play Cage's Mewtwo at all, but I got a lot of help from him. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, he really came through and helping me out through the whole weekend. I was happy with how, like, oh my god, Oast.
Yeah.
So happy with how he did.
Yeah, Oast was amazing at Albion.
Yeah. It was funny. I don't know if you know the story, but he was really tired day 2. For people on the podcast that don't know anyway, like he was really tired day 2, and like he's just waiting to go in the shower. He's like, I've got a suggestion for you, Oast. Let's take a cold shower. He comes out of that shower and he's like, thank you. It's like, that was the best thing you've ever told me to do. It's like, what's the worst thing I've ever told you to do then? So I couldn't believe how well he did. I was expecting him to definitely make it out of pools.
Mm-hmm.
But to see him, like, I think he tied with Bar actually.
Yeah, both 17.
I studying like was sus at this event and everything. And Miller as well. Like I think Miller got 33rd or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people did a lot. Well, obviously the event was super
The
stacked,
old guard just didn't have fun at this event, eh? Apart from Ixis, like
I mean, the new guard didn't do too much better.
they all just like England got.
The newest guard of Magi.
Yeah, the
yes.
He's a new addition, that's right. I'm kind of glad I avoided Magi, because as much as I like playing him, it's such a draining set to play with Magi and how aggressive his Mewtwo can feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ander as well. I was really happy he got out of pools. I had a feeling he could do it definitely.
And looking back on it, he actually placed really well. Like,
Yeah.
all things considered. He
Especially, it was a super stacked.
yeah, he
event.
just wanted to do even better, and he was super disappointed about it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure he got a lot from it. And, like,
yeah, he did.
What I was told from like Cage is like, try not to give too much advice and just let people like take it in for themselves and learn.
Mm-hmm.
And like he did that with me. Like he didn't tell me too much. I just like experience it. Like
Yeah.
bring it in, absorb it. And then Pidgey, my man. Oh, that was sad.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
the
wait.
crew battle.
No, that's
We
not
will
what we're
not-
doing.
Oh, we just cut this guy.
Cut the podcast.
That's all of the podcasts forever now.
All right, so that was Jack's Albion experience. And is there anything else we want to touch on before we just close things out here?
I think that's everything.
Do you want to give a shout out to anybody or
Yeah.
just?
Me? Oh,
Yeah, the guest.
Shout outs to my sponsor, Perilous Gaming.
There you go.
Shout outs to I don't know who else.
Well, there you go.
Shout outs to my mum. There.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, so thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah, and we will actually put a poll up this week.
Oh wait, yes, of course, that was the other thing we were gonna do. All right, so the last episode, I forgot to put the poll up until recording it right now. I didn't want to put it up late, so I'm just gonna do it again. We're gonna have a poll up in the description for reals this time. That is gonna be, since we've got the high quality microphone now, it's who we should do a diss track of next, since Dead Gamer has lost its appeal.
We need more
Well
content.
done, DG.
Yeah,
I was so happy he managed to get that out of the way. But it's just a total shame that he didn't know I was coming to Big. And when he told me, he was like, I studied everyone this weekend, but I was like told last minute you're coming, I didn't have time to study you. I was like, it's a shame because he finally beat Sander and he would have got first, but because I came
Yeah.
second
to
to another.
Can't win a goddamn battlefield.
I felt so sorry on
Oh,
him.
poor man. All right,
Well, that's gonna be it. Vote in the poll, please, and
catch you next time.
yeah.